good morning. I want to thank everyone for coming here today. I'm Senator David Carlucci, and I'm joined with advocates to transplants to save lives in New York State. And we know that modern technology is a miracle. We have procedures and medicine that could never be imagined just a couple decades ago. But now we see when someone receives an organ transplant that they have the ability to recover and live a healthy and productive life, something that just couldn't have been thought of just a few years ago. The issue now is that we have around 9,600 New Yorkers that are currently waiting for a life-saving organ transplant. Unfortunately, people pass away every day simply waiting for that life-saving transplant. In New York, we've made it a mission, we've made it a priority to turn things around. Why? Because unfortunately, in the past decade, we have lagged behind almost every state in the nation when it comes to the percentage of eligible people, eligible New Yorkers, registering to be an organ donor. And we know that the more people that sign up, the more people that are on that list that make that conscious decision to be an organ donor, that they will save lives. We've passed laws like Lauren's Law that now requires when you're at the Department of Motor Vehicles and you sign up for a driver's license, would you like to be an organ donor? Yes, or skip the question. We've passed legislation to also allow 16, 17-year-olds to register to be an organ donor. What has that done? It's dramatically increased the percentage of New Yorkers registered, signed up to be organ donors. We've made strides by putting money in the budget to have a campaign to educate people about the myths and the stigma associated with organ donation. And it's just a start. We know we have much more work to do. We've made tremendous strides forward thanks to the people standing with me right here, but we know we have a lot more work to do. And that's why we're standing here in one collective voice to say we need to put our money where our mouth is. We need to put money in this budget to make sure that the good work that the people here have done continues. And we know if we do that, we will save lives. So we're asking that there's $725,000 dedicated in the budget to make sure that this good work continues. So with that, to say a few words about the importance of this initiative, I'm going to turn it over to Dave to say a few words.
Thank you, Senator. Hello, everyone. I'm very thankful today. I'm here because of my donor hero. My journey started back in 2015. I spent 177 days in the hospital. I lived on a ventilator 6 times. I was on life support for 77 days. I had an LVAD for a while, a left ventricle assist device, while I was waiting for my organ transplant. And during this period of time I was in the hospital, the goal was to get me out of there to walk my daughter down the aisle, which took place in July of 2016. Then I got my heart, and I'm here today. I mean, it wasn't an easy journey. Today I see both my grandchildren have been born since I got my heart. Also, I've seen many people pass. I donate 1 day a week in Westchester Medical with the heart transplant folks, and I've known of at least 4 to 5 different folks that we've lost over the last 4 years that I've been volunteering down there waiting for their precious organ. It's not easy, folks. We need more donors in New York. Please go to donatelife.my.gov and register today. I'm glad my donor did. Thank you.
Great, thank you, Dave.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dave. Great. Appreciate it. And just introduce yourself.
Sure. Hi, everyone. I'm Aisha Tater. I'm the Executive Director of Donate Life New York State. I want to thank Senator Carlucci for having this press conference today. It's so important that we're raising awareness for organ and tissue donation, particularly during this critical funding season here in the Capitol. So as he mentioned, we do have a crisis in New York on the availability of organs for transplant to save people's lives, like Dave and many others. We have had a lot of progress because of the support of Senator Carlucci and his colleagues. We have been able to, in the last 8 to 10 years, we've been able to double the number of New Yorkers who are registered in the New York State Donate Life Registry. We've been able to increase the rate of people who are enrolling. Again, we've doubled that number. But with a great crisis needs great investment. So we're asking the legislature to restore the funding from 2017 and 18. We need visionary funding. We need to continue to support the awareness programs, the marketing campaigns, all of the activities that my organization does because people are counting on us. We have about 9,600 New Yorkers that are currently waiting for a transplant, and they need this funding, they need this program to be able to continue to advocate on their behalf. Thank you.
Thank you. So again, we're saying in one collective voice, we need to continue to march forward. We need to continue to do everything we can. It means all hands on deck. It means passing important progressive legislation. It means having the money in the budget to educate, to make sure we kill the stigma that exists with organ donation. And we know that the work that we do will save lives. You never know. You never know when you're going to be in need of an organ transplant. You never know when a loved one is going to need an organ transplant. Thank God for the miracles in technology and modern medicine, the doctors that have educated themselves and trained to do these amazing procedures. We now need to back them up. We need to spread the word and get as many people in the organ donor program as possible. That only happens with the action of our government and advocates and everyone working together to get the job done. So thank you for being here. Let's get it in the budget. Let's move on to success, and let's continue to raise that number and save lives. Thank you.
Thank you.